Hi folks, welcome back to the shop. Today I want to talk about these Harbor Freight Icon 6-inch flush cut pliers. Now I have the packaging here we can look at very quickly. You'll see that the part number is PFC-600. They are 6-inch, designed to be flush cutters, 3/4 inch capacity on the jaws. Quick look at the back of the package here. You can see they like to say, like Apple, that they're designed in the USA but manufactured in Taiwan, so it's made in Taiwan. Now these flush cutters, they come with this protector on the front, are really a copy, I believe, of the snap-on version of this tool. And it's much less. Now these, when they first came out at Harbor Freight, I believe they were sold for $40 and they now sell for $30. Now I used a coupon to buy these. Originally Harbor Freight, I think, wasn't allowing, they'd exclude coupons for their Icon tools, but recently I was able to use the coupon with no problem, no exclusion. So you can get these at a pretty good price. Now the snap-on version, which I'm sure is a little higher quality, right? The snap-on doesn't have this rivet, there's no hole in this rivet here. You'll notice the tolerance here on the snap-on is this gap right here, and this particular tool is a little bit tighter. I'm sure the snap-on's a higher quality, but the snap-on also cost $80 as opposed to the cost of this tool. Now why do they call it a diagonal cutter or flush cutter? You can see it's different from a pair of diagonal cutters. This is a Klein Tools diagonal cutter, of course made in the USA, and this one, if you look here, you can see, of course, this has a curved handle and it's designed to cut flush as well. But this particular cutter, which can, of course, cut heavier, it's HRC rated, this one can cut really hard materials. You see a slight bevel right here, and that's really what makes a flush cutter different, or this style of flush cutter different, is that you can tell here the difference between these two tools, and that the knives on this Icon are actually flush, and they're going to get you a very close cut. And you notice here that Icon, or they actually spell out that it's made for plastic or soft wire only. So I would wager, they don't say on the package, but it's made, I think, for something like 16 gauge wire or 16 gauge and above wire, I'd say. Now one thing I do anytime I'm picking out a pair of pliers in the store is I get them out of the packaging if at all possible and check and see if they move smoothly, right? I want to see if they just sort of fall open. A lot of times the pliers, I've found this with every pair of pliers I've purchased, if I look through the pliers at the store, some will be very sticky. Some are downright hard to open, right? In this case, you can see the pliers fall right open, and they don't have that issue. So definitely recommend doing that anytime you're buying a pair of pliers. You want to be able to operate them one-handed. You don't want to be fighting the pliers. And if you're thinking that they might break in, it's going to take a long time to break them in. So definitely suggest trying the pliers out in the store to make sure that they move freely and they're not sticky. Now one thing I want to point out, and you'll notice with this tool, is the way they finished it and the way they did the grind here on the knives. You'll see here these lines right here on this side. You can notice there that this has been ground this way versus this way. So it's part of the finished product, which also makes this different from other flush cutters or the knives on a lot of other cutters, and in terms of the way this project's designed. And it's the same way on the snap-on, of course. So it's one of the reasons why it makes this tool very sharp and very precise in terms of its ability to cut flush. Here's another version of a flush cutter. This is Klein Tools flush cutters. Has a little bit smaller tool overall size, smaller head. But I wanted to try these Icons out because there's so much that's been said about the snap-on version of this tool that I thought, for the money, it's worth a try. I give it a shot, try it out, see how it works. But I can tell you, it's a very nice tool, feels very good in the hand. I think it's a good opportunity to try something that you would only typically be able to get from Snap-on. It does come with this protective cap that, right in the package when you get it, that is just like the Snap-on as well. The Snap-on comes with it as too. So a great tool. I thought it'd be good to try out. I think anybody would benefit from this tool, and I'm going to see how it compares to the Klein. So I'm going to do some quick cuts with it here, and we'll just see how it does with the zip tie. And that's one of the things they're talking about, is that you can cut zip ties with this and reduce the likelihood that you're going to get cut by the zip tie, once you've cut it. So pretty soft edge. I think the idea is that you're going to get really close to the locking part of the zip tie when you cut with the flush cutter. Let's see how that compares to these Kleins, which are also USA made. Well, they're USA made. All right, I had to flex on that a little bit. Might have been too close to the back of the jaw. There is an opening in the back. Cuts just fine. I have a pair of USA-made crescents here that I've had to resharpen, so they're probably not ideal. You know, see that thing popped out right out of there. Still popping out. Let me give it a little more length here. Yeah, not quite as bad. So a little more of a snap there, but probably not quite as sharp as these other tools. Here's a Chinese-made pair of crescents. Let's see how that does. Also, zip ties blasting out of there. We'll go back to the Kleins and see. Klein cuts, doesn't take the zip tie out. Back to the Icons, which was what we're here to talk about. And you can see nice clean cut, very easy, not much of a snap, so they're very sharp knives. So anyway, just wanted to show this tool today. There's not a lot of tools. You know, there's some tools I'll buy at Harbor Freight. Icon, of course, if you didn't know, is their highest line of tools at Harbor Freight, and I think that it gives you a good opportunity to try some of their stuff. There's certainly some things at Harbor Freight that I really like. The other benefit with Harbor Freight, not unlike Snap-on, is that you do get a lifetime warranty. So if you have this product has any kind of failure, you can take it in the store and they'll replace it. But anyway, just a quick word here on the Icon flush cut pliers. I think anybody would enjoy having these in their tool bag. With that said, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. All those actions help me to continue to bring content to you, and we'll see you in the next video.